Hey guys, we're super excited to be here at the LA Fit Expo. It's our third year in a row. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be launching the Tasty Pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs. And we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo and today is Friday, September 11th, 2020. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. I always tell my clients that there's no time like the present to take control of the reins. And since the Romania Pro is less than 12 weeks away now, I'm sending those same words of wisdom out to my guy, Clarence DeVis. Earlier this week, Clarence's team was reporting that he was planning to make his season debut at the Romania Pro Fest in November, where they believe the new improved Clarence has a real chance at walking away with the win. If you remember back to the tail end of last year, Clarence had a run where it looked like he figured out how to put it all together. So if he's building on the foundation he laid down there, a win in Romania could definitely be within striking distance. As parents, we always tell our kids not to judge a book by its cover, which is ironic considering that adults are almost always more judgmental and dismissive than their kids ever are. But when someone walks around as shredded as Sahar Kazes is, I think judging the book by its cover is the only way to go. Now, even though Sahar looks like he's 8 weeks out, a source close to his team told us that he's actually still in full off-season mode and that he doesn't have any shows lined up at the moment. That being said, when Sahar's in shape, he's good enough to be a top 5 threat in almost any show he enters. So if he does decide to jump into something at the last minute, he's not someone you want to take lightly. Here's a crazy number for you, 95. In a year that feels like it's been an eternity, today we're only 95 days away from the Olympia, which means that we're only 95 days away from Missy Truscott taking another run at Whitney Jones' Olympia title. According to Missy's team, this year she thinks she can take the fitness division to a whole new level, which is a bold statement considering that she'll need to unseat a 2-time defending champion to do it. That being said, coming so close these last few years has to leave her with a sour taste in her mouth. And at this point, sipping a little victory champagne might be the only thing that can cleanse the palate. But if she does make good on her promise, we might indeed be on our way to taking the division to a whole new level. Part of being an athlete is learning how to swallow the ups and downs that come with competing at the highest level. And trust me, no one knows that better right now than Mayra Hernandez. Myra made her rookie debut at the New York Pro last weekend, where she slid into 7th place in a lineup that was insanely top-heavy. This week, we had a chance to talk with Myra's team behind the scenes. And let me tell you, they weren't happy. They believe Myra could have easily placed 2 or 3 spots higher, which would have bumped her up into the top 5 in front of Sandra Gajales and Maria Diaz. For a young athlete jumping into a show of this caliber, I think Myra did more than enough to prove that she belongs in these conversations. So if she makes a few adjustments and uses a little bit of strategy to plan her next move, I can see her cracking the top 3 at some point before this year is all said and done. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.